Hi y'all, Easy Slider here. Are long distance relationships bad? Good question. Before I get started, I want to ask you another question though. Should we send packages to our long distance relationship partners? Give me a yes or no in the comment section on that. We'll be talking about that again in a minute, alright? Okay. I recently heard a man say that all long distance relationships were bad and just a waste of time. What do you think made him feel that way? Why did he want to say that? I've got some ideas, and you probably do also. You know, I think that most of us understand his feelings. In our relationships, everything always starts off okay, and then somewhere along the way, sometimes they just fall off, and it's just not so great. But let's compare it to something else just a second, okay? Let's say that you totally did a makeover on an older car. Put a new motor in it, a fancy, expensive paint job, and some really nice new tires. You know, this is your dream car, and you love it. Now you're heading down a back road through a wooded area, and a tire blows out, and you hit a tree. The car is totally destroyed, but you're okay. Thank goodness for that. You're pretty upset. I mean, you know, this has been your dream for years, but now all you have is a piece of scrap metal. A nightmare, not a dream. And you think about all the long hours you wasted working on this car and putting so much effort into it. To say your feelings was hurt is probably a understatement. But after you've had time to think about it a while, it all has become clear to you. All tires are bad. Yep, all tires are bad. Has to be. That's the reason. Now, you know in your heart you never want to have anything with tires on it again, because they're all bad. You don't want anything bad in your life. Really? So how is it different? If your relationship went bad, it had to be the long distance part of it, right? Yeah, of course. So was he right or wrong? Well, one thing for sure, he's going to be walking a lot if he don't want anything with tires on it, you know. I guess if he's right, then many people are wasting a lot of their time, and they're setting themselves up for emotional crashes doing this LDR thing. You with me on that? I think you are. But wait. What if he was wrong? Okay. Then again, if he was wrong, he might be passing up the best thing that ever happened to him. Maybe we need to talk about both sides of this right now before we make a decision. Also, if you missed video number 25, it'll be a good idea when we finish up here to go back and review 25 again. There's a lot of information on that video that'll shine light on this subject. But you know what? He was probably right. Well, at least for him. Everybody's not going to be right for a long distance relationship. So for him, that's probably right. The problem with that is that when someone gives you their side of the story and demands that you have the same feelings, can be a problem. Now, me personally, I don't want anybody telling me what's best for me. I'd like for them to give me the facts, then I can decide what's best for me, and then I'm going to be happy with the results. What are your thoughts about that? What's your feelings? Tell me. That's how I learn, and how we all learn, by sharing with each other. You know, it's hard for me to say that all long-distance relationships are bad just because I blew one tire and decided all tires were bad. As we can realize, that way of thinking is flawed, and just because of one bad experience, and we can open our eyes to ways to fix problems and find new and exciting experiences. So many of us have had bad relationships before, you know that, we all do. But unless we look at it as a learning experience, we're going to be like that man and his tire. We're going to be walking a lot, or maybe I should say, without a loving partner. Oh, you know, I hope you've been getting something and from our videos and getting help from our videos, and I think you probably have seen some things here and heard some things here that makes you think a little bit and it gives you new ideas, and that's what it's all about. You know, I want that for you to help you out. And you know I'm growing the channel, right? Okay. I want to be the #1 go-to place for LDR information. Now, I haven't been showing LDRs, but we've been talking about the nuts and bolts, the things that people don't get everywhere else, okay? And I want to be the #1 go-to place that you can go to find that information. But when you describe, two things happens. #1, it helps me get to know you, and it helps me get to know the information that you're looking for or the information you enjoy. The second thing is it helps me get our information in front of other people, the people that are needing it. Costs nothing, and it helps a lot of people. So join me in this channel and help me become the #1 go-to place for long-distance relationships, where people can say, hey, we can go there and get the information we need. So just like and subscribe. I appreciate that. Okay. Now, what do you think is best? As I mentioned, I think for me, getting the facts and making a decision is the best way. Again, give me your thoughts. Is that the way for you, or do you feel something different? To me, this subject kind of hits home, and I'll tell you why. A week ago, this happened to one of my grandsons. His long-distance relationship partner, which he had met in person, decided she didn't want to continue. What do you think he said? Yeah, he said, well, I guess I just won't date anymore. So I guess when his tire blows out, he'll always be walking. Yeah. You know, I told him, keep in mind that one bad thing don't mean that everything is bad, all right? If we allow ourselves to think like that, we're in for a massive letdown our whole entire life. And if you think about it, finding success out of failure is a very common thing. So many famous men and women had painful failures before they had success. Remember, a winner is just a loser that tried one more time. Did you get it? Yeah. Nothing can make you feel better than taking a failure and saying, nope, nope, nope. I'm going to turn this learning experience into success. Then do it. We all have our thoughts, so don't let anyone rob you of your happiness just because they had a tire blowout, all right? Okay. Keep in mind, it might have been how he felt, and it might have been right for him. But don't allow others to say anything and you just accept it, and because you consider it's actually right for you when it may not be. This is something you need to think about. Okay, now, did you answer the question? Yes or no? Should we send packages to our long-distance relationship partners? Remember, in video number 6, we talked about sending money. Is this the same thing as sending money? Come on and join us, and let's decide what to do with this situation of packages, okay? See you there.